Maronnero Carmen, aiutici tu.
And benvenuti, fellas and bellas all over the world. Welcome to another episode of the Napoli Rant. I am Raff Biz, joined by my co-host, the Vicar of Vesuvius, Raffa Rispo.
Ciao Raff Bizzarro, come stai oggi?
Tutto a posto, como sempre. Hello to you, sir, and hello to all of our listeners. Let's get this rant on the road today to help Rafa and I on this international break. We have a special guest. We figured, hey, you know what? It's been a long time coming, Rafa. I was like, we gotta let him in. We gotta let him in. God help us all. And I think he will. But we're dubbing this man the father of Fuorigrotta. You know him, most of you, and you love him. Fellas and bellas, Antonio Rispo.
Hey, ciao,
Bye-bye.
Bellissimi. How are you?
Welcome, Antonio. I'm well.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you for having me here. Thank you, guys.
No, it's a pleasure. I mean, you've been a fan literally since the first episode, right? I mean, naturally, you're
exactly.
Rafa's father, so and
Well,
you're
you
like
know,
my father in Napoli too.
Yeah.
And we had the Prince of Pompeii, Rocco, on. So
Prince
we
of
had to
Pompeii,
figure-
exactly.
Right.
So we had to put the father of Fuorigrotta in. But
That's
if you were to say, if you were gonna say no, I would have just done your voice in.
Yeah, I know you
instead,
can do that.
You know? Because if you couldn't do it, I was gonna say that to Raff Bizzarro. Hey, Raff, I could do it myself. No way about it. Okay.
Rafa, I would have let you kind of host, and then I'll just do a fake ADL voice, and we'll pretend Antonio.
It's Antonio. We'll pretend my dad is. Hey, Aurelio. So let me ask you a question. You know,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Let me ask you something. You know what I mean?
I knew all my life.
Me,
All my life, I knew that you're good at imitating people. You're very good.
yeah, but I'm a very good imitator. You, so
Me,
in
yeah,
2005, 2005, you saw Neido. He told me you're gonna be champion of the world. What the frick happened to that? Huh?
Yeah. I love you, baby.
So Antonio, I guess like let's. I mean, we had this week off. We saw some international break. We're going to touch on that, but I think the basis of today's show is going to be some of the news that we're seeing right now involving the Mercato. But just let's have the Napoli Rant world kind of get to know you for just a quick second. Now,
Right.
you witnessed all these Scudetti from Napoli, right? So
All of them.
all of them. You were there. I mean, I know
was there.
Rafa speaks about it, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth here. Just tell me, like, a quick, of your emotions then, and maybe compared to your emotions now, 33 years later, where there's so many new fans and the younger generation, maybe the people who weren't quite old enough to kind of remember it all. Can you just tell me a quick difference of how you felt then versus how
By
you feel
then and now? Okay.
Yeah.
The first one, it was really the best. I cried like a baby, and it was the best thing ever happened in my life, because like I said to the Juventino, a lot of people like that. Fuck. I'm just saying, whatever.
I'm just saying, Pongo, all right.
But second one was even beautiful too.
Right.
But it's nothing compared to the first one.
Sure.
Then you had to wait 33 years for the third one. That was also like the first one, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Especially because I had my son with me, and we went to Napoli and we celebrated the freaking, excuse me.
Yeah.
No.
It was good.
Listen,
And we were right there.
I was with my dad for the second one too. We went to the Bronx to watch the second one. That was
you were with me.
That's the one that I remember the most. We did the parade when I forgot who it was. Zio Dominic went on top of the van, and
we had a car playing we painted my brother's car blue. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was
I remember that. I do remember that. The first one I don't remember, but my father was here for those. He wasn't in Naples.
No, I was here. Yes, I was here.
He was here
because I couldn't go at that time with the neighbors, the work and the kids. They were little, but I was here. Yeah, but I was.
But he was. Well, let me ask you this, because a lot of people ask, like, how hard it was to watch, and I know the answer, but I'm asking you for the sake of, the show. And I've said it before, but back when we won the Scudetto in the 80s, and what did we have to do to watch, pay attention, follow? Remember, like, what TV channel, what was the deal? Like, how
we didn't have the luxury we have today, that's for sure.
No, right. I know that, and we all know that. But
we watched the one game a Sunday, only one. I mean, in the Rai Italia. Well, I mean, it was called Rai International then.
It still is.
It's called Rai
Italia now. It's Rai Italia now.
It used to call Rai International. You know what I mean? But it's the same, actually. They just changed the name.
Yeah.
But they used to only. No, not even. It was just.
Yeah, before Rai International, it was
I had a radio. I had a radio. Okay.
You still have the radio. You still have that radio.
I still had it. No, I don't have it anymore. Fortunately, I don't. But this radio, I used to put it on and hear tutto calcio minuto per minuto. It was coming straight from Italy.
Okay.
I remember that. And my son, I don't know if you remember that, Raffi.
I do.
This radio is called CRN. CRN. It was just made to get the program from Italy, straight from Italy. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right. Direct broadcast.
And
that's the only thing the radio did. That was it.
Yeah, I was listening to the games, all the games.
I hope we're humbled by all this, because I feel like we certainly, the ability to watch these games now, the improvement on, because you hear people, the quality's not as good, it's not 4K.
Bro,
I'm like,
ridiculous. You could be in the air and watch these games now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was on the subway. I was on the subway.
I know,
watching the game before I got into the tunnel. And even then, the service, I had a little bit of service going in and out.
This after, even before that, when I came to America in 1973, which was at the end of 73, 74, 75, 76, I used to go to Brooklyn to watch a game. And it was a big screen.
Right, like you had to know a guy. You had to know somebody.
I used to pay $10 to get in the freaking place.
$10?
$10
in 77. That's like a
that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. I believe me.
1977.
76, 75, 76, 77. Yes.
You could fill up an 18-wheel.
I used to go only one that played the Napoli, and the most important team. Game.
This is interesting, because I don't think I even ever asked you this.
No, you don't remember that, because I don't even know your mother then.
No, I don't remember, but I don't think I ever asked you. I usually tell my story where, like, So let me ask you, where in Brooklyn?
Okay, it was a place that Bernsenhurst, Italian section. There was this movie theater. They used to show the game, Napoli. Game. I mean, not Napoli, the best games.
So basically, they would show one game a week, whatever the best game of the week was.
Right.
Okay. Did you stay for 90 minuto, or was that like
no, just
extra?
The game, and then I left. No. The 90 minuto, I was listening to. No, the 90 minuto, I was. There was a program on the regular TV that used to show that. Only the highlights.
Okay, yes. That I remember that.
I thought maybe you had to pay like an extra $3.
Yeah, give me $3 and stay for 90 minutos later.
No. But then I was also in the Bronx. Somebody else did it in the Bronx. And I went to the Bronx a couple of times. The one in Brooklyn, I went over there because my friend that I used to work with him in Manhattan, I used to be at, in the head place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, and then you was the Juventino, that fucking guy. And me and him were like,
my dad knew a lot of Juventini.
Well, back then,
my dad knew a lot of Juventini.
We were
everybody
friends.
was Juventini. Listen,
right. We were friends because he was a nice guy. We were really friends. But when we watched the game, man, me and him were like, God, you fucking stuff.
I could imagine a lot of colorful Italian language going back and forth.
Oh my God! But it was nice. We all treat each other like respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Of
so
course.
tell us really quick. Tell us how you know Rocco Commisso.
Oh, Rocco Commisso is
because he was in that little circle of yours, right? He was.
Yeah. He was a manager, the Act 3, which his brother plays. Act 3, remember Act 3? I don't know if you know Act 3.
No, I remember you talking about Act 3, but Act 3
was Italian American disco,
like disco
in the 80s.
Okay, yeah,
in the 80s, 70s, 80s.
Huge, probably huge. Yeah.
Oh, man, big. And Saturday and Sunday over there, forget about it, you can get in the place for nothing.
Yeah.
So, and my partner, he was a DJ, Stefano.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Stefano.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I know who he is, but DJ Stefano is he still DJs Italian weddings and
sweet
16s and does birthdays stuff there. So Stefano.
So Stefano, it's Commisso's brother marries his daughter, Stefano's daughter.
No, Stefano's sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
And Commisso, it's actually we knew Commisso because he was in Act 3 all the time and watch every because he was bigger than us, older than us, you know.
Right.
He was watching all of us, but he was a smart freaking guy because at that time he was going to University of no, not then, but he wanted to go to University of where Anthony goes.
Oh, Columbia.
Columbia, yeah, that's where
my brother Anthony. He goes to Columbia, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's we knew him. We knew him very well. I knew his wife when he was going out with her.
Well, yeah, well, because that's your partner's sister.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So when Fiorentina came here, I'll make this short. But when Fiorentina came here, when he first bought Fiorentina, he got us tickets. We met our friends over there. We met Joe Bianco, Ralph. I don't know if I told you, Joe, and I think his brother. That he came and we all went. And Rocco Commisso got my dad tickets in his like little fan box, his little like Rocco.
I had about 10, 12 tickets.
That was good. Yeah, you had a lot of tickets.
Bunch of freaking tickets.
And before that, he was in 187, right? And you were
he brought all the team.
Chiesa and Vlahovic. Montella was the coach. Yeah,
I got pictures too.
Look at that.
So my dad, so that's my dad's story. He came in 73. It was hard to watch. It got easier, this and that. But it was really tough to follow. Like I remember.
You know me. I know when I really found every Monday. Monday. I used to watch. I used to get 3 newspapers from Italy.
Yeah.
I used to go Arthur Avenue. They buy Domenica Sportiva. No, they buy Sport Sud. All from Napoli. That's all from Napoli. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So it was like a Napoli sport newspaper.
Yeah. I used to buy Mattino, Sport Sud, Corriere dello Sport, e Guerrino Sportivo.
The magazine.
The magazine.
The Guerrino Sportivo magazine.
Yeah. And I used to read it.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. You know? Yeah, those were classics, man. Classics.
That was like the precursor to what is Raffa Rispo nowadays.
Dude, I remember seeing like one of my favorite goals of all time, and I've spoken about this before, is the goal Maradona scored against Milan. I think it was 89. Remember the one when he beat the whole defense and he took a lob cross like a what's it called? Like a through ball lob, like right in front of him. The ball bounces in front of Maradona and he heads it over the keeper and he lost the whole defense. It was the Napoli, look it up, Napoli 1989 4-1 against Milan. And I remember looking at the magazine the next day or the day after, whenever it was. And you would see they would illustrate the goal for you. So like it was sort of like a pre-YouTube.
I know,
like goal illustration,
slow motion, like you see, like
real. They would show like the trajectory of the ball, and they would show like how the ball went.
What a magazine that was there, man!
Yeah, it was a good magazine.
That was like the high tech stuff of back then. Incredible.
So
Yeah.
So I scored this goal in rec, right, with Dad when I was playing in Bryn Mawr. I scored this goal once when I took the ball all the way from like the 18, the 18 we were defending. I brought it all the way up the right wing. I cut in and I scored like sort of at the corner of the 18. I just took a shot and scored. And I jumped over a defender doing it too. I'll never forget that. Cause then I ran back to my dad to give him a 5. My dad probably doesn't remember, but I remember that.
I remember.
And that was probably one of my last goals I ever scored. But I'll never forget. I went home and I drew it. I drew the goal. I
also remember when you saved the penalty.
That was something else.
I remember that.
I don't remember if we won or we lost. We might have lost, but there was this penalty.
I think
Ralph,
you tied.
No, the penalty. We went to penalties to decide the game.
Oh, that's yes.
And I think it was Bryn Mawr against Richards. I think it might have been Richards.
And you stopped a shot, Raffa?
Well, no one thought I could do it. Nobody thought I could do it. I stopped the first penalty. And I see my dad and Tony Aliberti. Remember Dad, Tony Aliberti?
Yes.
You guys were going crazy because I saved the penalty, and I don't remember. I think we lost, but when I saved that penalty, that was one of. I remember that was that. What was
your opponent's name, Raffa? What was your?
So this was an all-star Yonkers. So back then, Yonkers had a bunch of different rec leagues depending on where you lived. So we lived in an area called Bryn Mawr. So that was our rec. Then there was Richards. That was our opponent, Richards.
So you were playing Richards.
Richards. Yeah.
Yes. And then there was Dunwoody and North Yonkers. And
the field was at Central Avenue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was behind the library, right?
I remember that. Yeah.
So Raffa, let me honor. I'm gonna do this for you right now. Brimmer versus Richardson. La bestia della gara. Con el número uno, because I'm assuming you were the goalie.
Yes.
Raffa Rispo.
Bravo.
Beast of the match, Raffa Rispo, for that great penalty save, despite the loss. Nobody believed in him. He believed in himself.
I didn't think that.
He made this.
I was scared. I was scared shitless, Ralph, because I was like, I can't beat these guys. They're bigger. And my dad was like, don't worry about it. You got this. And I made the first save, and people went crazy. Oh, that was a highlight. I'll never forget that.
Don't forget, fellas and bellas, don't forget your first fan, mom and dad, always watching you on the sidelines.
Right.
Don't ever forget them. Well, I mean, listen, it's great to hear these stories. In fact, I want to know more. I mean, if you're listening to now, you got a parent with a story, reach out to us. Maybe we could talk to them one of these days.
Get in the Discord.
Hey,
get in the Discord. Let me know. We'll put them on Mind Your Biz. We'll put them on the rant. I don't know. Let's if you have a parent, uncle, grandparent, whoever with a really cool story about Napoli at that time, I think it'd be a great thing to share. Nice. So let us know about it. Why not? Let's just sparking some imagination here, Rafa. Why not? Let's do it. But let's get into this. Go on.
They're good memories. And it's nice to share too, because it makes you feel like you get back to that time. It's so beautiful.
Antonio, you like the gray hair's gone. You're looking like you're 35 again.
Oh man, you had to. I gotta find. I'll find a picture of my dad. We'll put it on the Twitter.
We gotta put
when he was younger. Forget about it.
We'll put that on the post for the episode. Maybe we'll throw that in there. But let's get into this rant, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the international break this week. Raff, I'm gonna let you touch on that a little bit because I was so busy at work. I didn't see anything this week. So you want to touch on that now, or do you want to? Let's get into that, and then we'll get into the rest of the rant.
Yeah. So Italy played against Belgium and beat them 1-0 on a goal by it was Tonali, but it was an assist by Di Lorenzo. It was a really nice give and go. Di Lorenzo took the ball, this give and go, and got past all his defenders on the right and cut it into the middle, and Tonali put it home. That was it. That was the game. It was 1-0. We defended it. I mean, they played really. Belgium kind of woke up in the second half. Lukaku made a few good shots, good opportunities, but he couldn't finish. Ralph, Lukaku couldn't finish, and it's maybe something we'll touch on later. Where there was one where he had a clear header and he missed. It was wide, and There was another one where he had, I think it was saved, but the point I'm trying to make is, there was a shot that was sailed. I thought this was interesting. There's a shot he took that Di Lorenzo defended for a corner. It like hit off of Di Lorenzo's knee to go out for a corner kick. And I thought that was kind of cool because they kind of embraced afterwards. But Lukaku played, I think, that whole match. So did Buongiorno, so did Di Lorenzo. And then that win set up Italy to qualify for the quarterfinal of the Nations League. France and Israel tied 0-0, which really got interesting because that meant a draw or a loss less than two against France in Milan would mean Italy would win the group, which is big for Italy. Spalletti, big for Di Lorenzo, big for Buongiorno, big. Even Raspadori came in that game for a little bit, but we couldn't get the job done against France. They beat us 3-1. So we finished second in the group. It is what it is. But again, Lukaku against Belgium. I mean, Belgium against Israel, because that was the other match after, while Italy were playing France. Mm-hmm. Lukaku's Belgium lost to Israel 1-0. So it is rough. And I honestly don't really care too much about Belgium. Obviously, I care that we got to the next round, albeit second place. Just finishing out of that group with Belgium and France for Italy, I think, is a win. Being as good as they were, being that we're now top, like we're a seeded team when it comes to World Cup qualifying draw. Like we're top in the pot one, right, which is really nice.
Yeah,
I wouldn't care about Belgium, but I mean, you got a Lukaku who is playing Israel. There's no disrespect to Israel, but Israel should not be beating Belgium 1-0. It was a late goal. It was a late goal against them. And honestly, I mean, looking at the lineup, Lukaku didn't even play. He didn't even play in this game. I think there was some sort of an injury, Ralph. That
right, he had some inflammation in the knee or something.
That's what they say.
There was a reason he could. Yeah. So I didn't know that at the time until I looked at it later, and that kind of got me a little worried. However, hearing that Napoli are close to signing Ange Joan Boni from Parma is something that is a little bit, the fact that Patrick Kendrick came on here and said that Boni would be like the best signing to get as a vice Lukaku. It could turn out to be where we need him and Lukaku be the vice Boni. And credit and shout out to Patrick Kendrick who did come on here and say that that would be probably one of the best signings. And now, as far as, I mean, I'm looking at it, as far as IFTV reports, that it's pretty much a done deal, and it's one of Conte's like dream signings.
Yeah.
So, what let's go there for now.
Okay.
We'll touch on the rest of the players.
Let's go there. So let me ask you, Antonio. Then let me. I guess it begs the question: is this something really Napoli needs right now? Do you think? Lukaku needs a backup.
Yeah, we do need it very bad. We need it because Lukaku is not doing. It's not 100%, and it's not going to be 100% in another month. Maybe it's not even going to be 100% the whole year.
Whole year, right?
Because he needs a time, and
but how much more time does he need?
No, I don't know. Something's wrong. Maybe he's really injured. It doesn't really. Yeah, and he gets.
He's old. I don't subscribe to the fact that he's not old.
I think,
but he lost a step. He lost a step or two. No,
he can do a couple of years, but he has to be second. He can be the first right now. Not right now. Maybe
that's
later.
What I've been saying.
It's exactly what Ralph has been saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Ralph has been saying this exact thing. So let me ask you this: we get if right now. So for now, it's probably going to be Simeone, right? Simeone is going to start.
I tell you the truth, I would let him start with Roma too. But the thing is, it's not going to happen. He's going to start. Lukaku's going to start.
It depends. It depends on Lukaku needs to be 100% healthy.
Yeah, no, but
he's going to get the nod.
He might want to start. He probably wants to start because just to Halloween Rome. You know what I mean? But then probably he wants. That's another thing about Conte. Listen. Okay, everybody puts that shirt on. I love him. You know, when you put a Napoli shirt on, you're my favorite.
Sure.
Conte to me before was nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now he become my favorite because he's got that uniform on it. So I think it's good for Napoli, very good. But the only thing I don't like it is freaking don't make the change fast enough. What is it? Another what's his name?
Sadi?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, Sadi didn't have anybody to make
Come on, we have those beautiful players. We have those beautiful. Let them play a little more. Come on.
I think the fact that maybe we didn't see Neres that last.
Yeah,
game.
Neres.
People were like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but Dad,
Neres.
Yes, and Gonja should play more. But Neres, for me, the reason why we think Neres didn't play is because he was
really good. I know that, but he wants to put it on the Kvara place. No, he's not. He's better on the other side, if you ask me.
Who, Gonj?
Yeah. No.
Say keep
Neres.
He's if you ask me, he's better on the right. I mean, right or left? Right. Yeah.
Right. On the right.
Politano spot, basically.
Yeah,
you're saying.
Politano spot. Yeah.
He should be there. Yeah. I mean, no, go on.
Go ahead.
No, you see the play, the game with Palermo, what they did. It freaking boom. It was.
Yeah.
Come on.
Gonja Neres, yeah. Yeah, but it's Palermo, though. It's Palermo.
I know, but it's Palermo. But if you give these people, a little more time, they need more time. You know what I mean? To play. They need more time.
Well, the thing, too, Dad, the reason why maybe he doesn't get they don't get a lot of time. We're only playing one game a week for the most part. We're not in other competition except for Coppa Italia, but that only comes once every now and then. We don't have to play Champions League, so there's no real need to
That's true.
rotate.
There's a 5. But okay, do we have 5 substitutes?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Let's use them. You know what I mean? Like this, you give him what's his name? Everybody a little time off. And sometimes even Lorenzo should have a little time off.
Yeah, but who? Who Mazzocchi?
That's another thing. That's another thing. We have to get another defense. We have to get another defense, another middle. Well, I don't know middle field, but another defense, another offense, another attack. Come si chiama?
Yeah.
And
well, I think taking out.
Oboste cosa là? Oboste come si chiama?
Lukaku.
No.
Kvara.
Difensore. Come si chiama?
Oh, Oliveira.
Oh, yeah.
Oliveira
is good, but he needs.
So you want two? You want 2 more wingers? You want 2 more fullbacks?
No, I want. Oboste Oliveira. Okay, it's got to be a backup. Oboste come si chiama? Buongiorno. It's got to be a backup.
I agree.
100% for that.
Okay.
Juan Jesus is not it, guys. I'm sorry. I know.
Hold on. Did you guys hear?
Forget about it. It's got to go.
Listen.
It's got to go.
Listen. Did you guys hear that Napoli might hijack the move that Juventus is trying to get this Kvara? What's his name for Arsenal? He's a center back.
Kvara.
Yes. The guy who used to play on Spezia. He's with Arsenal. Napoli are looking into him.
Yes, Napoli's looking really, really, really close.
Yeah. Cause I that name was brought up to help Juventus replace Bremer.
Yeah, Bremer. Yeah.
And apparently he's doing really well at Arsenal, and Arsenal are willing to sell him, and Napoli have inserted themselves into that.
I heard that, Rafi. I heard, yes.
There was that guy from Empoli too, right? Adrian Ismaili.
Oh, Ismaili, that's that. Yes, I saw that today.
Yeah.
Ismaili would be a good. Ismaili would be a good.
The
bottom line is, I agree. We need a backup to Buongiorno, because if we lose that guy, like Patrick said, Patrick Kendrick last week said, there is no backup to Buongiorno because he's one of the best in the world right now.
Right.
So losing him is a downgrade no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you get at least somebody,
it can't be Juan Jesus.
No way.
No, come on, man. Juan Jesus was the fourth string.
He's leaving in January. He's leaving.
Juan Jesus?
Well,
Yeah,
I think his contract expires.
No, but they sell him. They sell him. They're already done. It's a done deal. Believe me, he's leaving.
Everything's a done deal now.
No,
It's not even.
telling
It's not
you.
even. It's not even. It's not even December yet. Done
Oh,
deal.
no,
Valerio
I know,
Del
I know.
Antonio.
But
I know.
Not my word. I'm telling you, he's got it.
Well, if he's not gone, I mean, he'll be gone by the end of the year. I don't think they're gonna unload this guy. He's, his time is done here. Like,
they're going to get another defense. He's going to be gone.
because there's talk now, even with Marin, that Real Madrid is also suffering.
But
issues.
Napoli's not leaving. Don't let it go. Napoli let it go. Juan Jesus, no Marina, no.
You don't think that
No.
that because
He's not
Real
leaving.
Madrid, I think Real Madrid has first dibs to buy back.
If
Not
Napoli
that,
wants
not
to.
that. I know that's true. Yes, but I mean, they need defenders right now.
Yeah,
I know, but we need it too.
Okay, but do you understand that the buyback is more than what we spent?
I know, Rafi, but then we have to buy somebody else. You have to spend more. But we do
Okay.
need somebody
Keyword.
else besides Marino. You know what I mean?
and we don't really know. I mean, Marin, we saw him once. He did so. I mean, but we don't really know how Marin's going to fare out with Napoli either. Like, I wouldn't rely on him. I mean,
I don't rely on him
right now.
He probably needs a little more time because è un poco spaesato, come si dice.
But he's got to get his time in, Antonio. Though
He's
he's
gotta
got
get
like
his
what,
time,
like
exactly.
one game, and he did okay. But other than that,
they might going to lend him. You know,
loan him out.
mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I have a feeling
because
this guy.
Conte said it. He said it. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not the one to say. I heard him saying at one time that he's not going anywhere because he's got a lot of promising. It can be, it can be saved. It can be
He is
something
young.
somehow.
He is young.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth a loan out. I don't know.
I honestly, I'm afraid this is a wash because even with what's his name? Oh my god, I already forgot his name. The Brazilian dude we bought last season.
Natan. Bro, I want him back so bad.
Why? I don't understand why we get Marin and then loan him out. I mean,
that's another thing I don't understand. But you know what it is, though? I think over there, if I don't know. It's something about the language, I guess. I don't know, something like, who knows what it is.
Well, give him time, right?
Yeah,
give him some time. Who cares?
I regret selling Natan, to be honest with you.
Me
Did
too.
we sell him
I
or
like
loan him?
Yeah.
No, it's an initial loan. It's an initial loan, but I think there's a sale that's like if I don't remember the exact details, but I'm pretty sure that Betis can buy him outright.
And then I heard that he's doing pretty good over there too.
He's doing great over there.
Yeah,
he did okay here when he was finally getting his time until he got injured, and then he lost all his minutes. And of course, he wasn't the same player.
I'm not happy we let him go this season.
It was honestly some of the moves that we made last season. I'm just like it's making me scratch my head.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
right.
guys. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
The Lindstrom deal was a bust. Natan would have been a decent deal even to keep him on the bench, but that became a bust because we got rid of him and then took in Marin, and then we only give him one game now.
Last season's moves were terrible,
right?
Besides Ngonj, and I thought Natan was good.
Yeah,
no, but Ngonj came in. Ngonj and Lindstrom, right? No, Lindstrom came in the beginning of the season. Ngonj came in January.
January, yeah.
But I think, go ahead.
No, finish your thought, Rafa.
No, I just think that Ngonj being the only one to stay after, I get the I get that the Mercato last season was a mess under Meluso.
But everything was mess. Everything was mess.
I know, but we it feels like we got rid of everybody last season because of the mess. Ngonj was good enough to stay. Mazzocchi was good enough to stay. How come Natan wasn't good enough to stay? I disagree that Natan should have stayed. He should have stayed and backed up. He might have wanted more playing time. I don't know how that went,
I was thinking about it saying maybe it was him that say I want to.
But he would fit in really well in this system, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember, he started out as a left side of a 3-man back line. So
right.
I think he would have fit in pretty well.
Yeah,
Conte wants a left-footed center back right now.
Yeah,
That's the whole deal. I thought maybe this was. I mean, maybe again, not to start,
but unless here's a theory.
Buongiorno.
Here's a theory that I just came up with.
Bring it out.
What if Conte? Now I know that the deal may be at the end of the day it might facilitate the deal they facilitated might become a purchase for Betis. So we risk losing Nathan. But what if the idea was let Nathan go play somewhere competitively on a good team, which is Betis. He'll play in Europe.
Okay.
He plays competitively. So that when we get to Europe next season, we have Nathan back to help us with depth. Because right now, Di Lorenzo, Buongiorno, Rachmani, they're killing it. They're killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
He would not lose.
There's no real need to rotate too much this season. So if he sits and kind of spends another season sitting on the bench, maybe he gets a little, irritated at Napoli, and B loses a little bit of his and now he's over there in Betis playing well, doing good, playing in Spain, playing in Europe because they have European
and obviously his price goes up too, just in case. I want you to know that, right?
Sure.
If he's alone, that means this guy is going to cost a little more.
Right.
I think that could be what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I mean,
and then another thing that
happened in my brain just now.
I like thing that I'm thinking also, because Conte wants another top defense.
Yeah.
Another top, and which is that guy that you mentioned before
from Arsenal. Keyword.
That's what he wants. He wants it so bad. That guy. Imagine if he comes. Imagine him
over Juventus, over Chelsea. Actually, other teams really want him.
Yeah.
But remember, Nathan can also cover left back. Remember that?
Yes.
I mean, he's not the best at it, but he can do it.
No, he was doing both today. Nice. I mean, middle.
No, he was doing really well. He was doing well.
I like when he was bringing the ball down too. It was like once in a while he took the ball all the way.
He can head the ball. He can defend. He was getting more confident.
Something like Kim was doing in a way.
In a
way.
Not
like Kim in a way. When he was taking the ball down, he opened the game. He opened the
he wasn't quite the leader on the field, but he had his energy. He was rough. He was tough, and
he was doing his part pretty good. Yeah.
All things considering,
in certain time, he was also a little bit young, and expect. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
When he was doing the fouls and stuff like that, but that's.
Fair enough. I mean, one has to they have to acclimate to what is Serie A and how tough it is, and then the calls and this.
Exactly. That was his first time playing Serie A. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, there's a whole lot. I mean, there it is about our defense and Lukaku. I mean, but there's also the question of Kvara now with all these new reports coming out now. We have Barcelona in the mix. We had this, previous offer with PSG, and how now Kvara, or I should say his agent, because listen, Kvara did come out recently and said, in Italy, it's only Napoli. Now, that's whether he likes it or not. That's what's going to happen because there's no way. No. You had this he might go to Juventus talk. No way in hell ADL is letting Kvara, out of all people, go to Juve. It's not happening. I don't care if Giuntoli's there. I don't care. It's not happening. No. There's no way. No. They'll put him in the Tribuna before they put him in
exactly.
All right, that's for sure.
But he himself don't want to go anyway. Even if he's a manager.
Oh, that's what they're saying. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, but besides that, I think it's good. Well, you know what? Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, please.
You know what Conte said to him? I think what he said. I think I heard some always from Kiss Kiss. I listen every day.
Sure.
He said, "Listen, play this year the best you can, and next year you can do whatever the fuck you want." No, I tell him. I mean, because
you play good and P. Valice Vatin.
No, because I'm not telling you what to do because. Hey, listen, if you can make more money, but Napoli, this is much can give you. This is the much can give you.
You think Kvara's playing his best right now? Because according to your grandson,
Okay,
There's
listen.
something lacking.
Everybody's got up and down. I mean, he just had a baby. He went up and down, back and forth for the trip and things like that. It's bullshit with the contract, all that. It's the guy is doing his best he can right now. He's doing the best he can.
Fair enough, but his agent is not making anything easier, and I feel like that mercenary team from France, PSG, they come in, they overspend, and they inflate these people's
and then
egos
they don't win nothing. They never won the freaking cup,
and then they did nothing because well, PSG wanted to give him 10, 11 million, so I think we can get that. Now they're saying Barcelona is happy to pay the 8 million, so therefore they're not gonna. They're not going to submit to less, and they will pay the 8 because the big discourse right now, I guess, according to what the journalists are saying. All right, so this is not, this is me going off of what I read, but according to what they're saying, guys, is that there's an issue with the transfer fee. It's one of the big issues that is keeping from Kvara from re-signing to the team, and that is ADL wanting to put a higher transfer fee with a lower wage, while the agents want a slightly higher wage with a slightly lower transfer fee because they don't want to have teams be scared off by this high transfer fees, and then Kvara's kind of pigeonholed and stuck in Napoli. And I somewhat believe that because I feel like that is a little bit of ADL strategy. Like we did see that with Koulibaly. We kind of saw that with Osimhen this market. Are we seeing that with Kvara? Do you think the agents here are like, hey, no, give my players some money, keep the transfer fee less, give him a little bit more money. He'll play his heart out this season, and then next season he's gone. You'll get your 80 million. Everybody's happy.
Well, they didn't come up with any, the contract stays the same so far, but the thing is, I don't know the question really well, but what I'm saying is, I understand a little bit about. Say it again. I'm sorry, I got confused.
No, it's okay.
Cancel
basically,
that.
De Laurentiis is trying to increase the value that because the agent said 80. But ADL wants more than 80, obviously. But while keeping the wage lower for Kvaratskhelia, keeping his paycheck lower, it hurts Kvara when it comes to other teams trying to get him because they
got to spend more up front.
ADL only wants to pay him 6. Agent wants 8, so that when this team come in,
he can sell easier. He can sell easier with 6. Right. You mean that's what he meant, right?
Yeah, he can sell easier with 6.
The way he's looking at it is that I know I can get 8 million for Kvara for his salary from another team, and I know they'll be willing to spend a max of 80 million. So that's the number that the agent wants, so he can make his client happy and also offload him. So he's trying to find a middle ground, but I don't think this guy knows ADL well.
But I don't think it's that. I don't think so. Because he's going to give him a 6, okay? And ¿cómo se llama?
The transfer fee?
The contract, you put a clausula out.
The transfer fee, right?
Yeah. No, the
buyout
clause. The clause,
yeah. Like, I put this much money. Okay, I give you 6. That doesn't mean, okay, what he did with the manager or Osimhen manager, he thought he was smart. He thought he was smart. He outsmarted De Laurentiis, I have to say, in one way, because he lied. He lied to De Laurentiis that he said that he had already bought the guy that the team that want to buy him already for 130 million. Yeah. Okay, and he says no question about it. Okay, so that's why he gave him the 10 million, not because the other way around. It's because he already knew, okay, this guy is leaving, he's going to go to PSG. Now, PSG changed their mind because he said, why I got to do this? I wanted the other guy too. So he says, I'll give you 200 million if you give me both.
That was PSG, I think.
Yeah, he's talking about PSG.
Okay, I think it's Chelsea. All right.
No, PSG.
But he's saying that the same thing is happening with Kvara, with Barcelona, where like the agent is trying to manipulate ADL to like
Barcelona
right,
is not
Dad?
buying.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Barcelona is not buying Kvaratskhelia. I'm telling you right now, it's not.
But are they shopping for a left winger right now? From what
They do, but it's got to be the other guy. What's his name? There's another guy that they want to buy. I don't remember his name.
I think either way, I think it's. I have a feeling that like Kvara's agent is kind of a lesson learned from what we saw happen with Victor Osimhen. Because this is my opinion now. And by the way, if Kvara's saying I don't want to stay at Napoli, I expect everybody to come out with the pitchforks and flames, just like they did with Victor Osimhen. Because listen, it's not my fault you all dubbed him Kvaradona, and now you're emotionally invested into this guy. Let's not forget the dynamic duo over there and what they did together, and now what we're seeing with them separated. So if Kvara wants to leave, I expect the same attitude from Napoli fans that we give Victor. All right, so let's be consistent.
Oh yeah,
with our
absolutely.
No. But here's the deal: Victor, at the very least, he got his 10 million. He got his bag, but he also had $120 million transfer fee. So that was I think that was a spit in the handshake deal there. Where, and Raffa, you said it yourself on the rant that Osimhen is a mutual understanding. Osimhen gets his salary, and Napoli gets their transfer fee.
Right,
and everybody's happy.
Right.
But we didn't see that happening. They didn't. Nobody came in ready to splash on for whatever reason. Just look at what he's doing in Turkey.
Our end of the bargain. We came through with our end of the bargain. The agent failed to take care of selling Osimhen. Napoli and the agency.
And because also it was also the president of PSG that he changed his mind. He wanted to bolt.
He wanted them both as a package deal. We weren't ready to sell Kvaratskhelia.
Even the Osimhen's manager can do nothing about it because he says, "What do you want me to do now? You want to do instead of one." You know what I mean? I want to give it.
I hope in hindsight that denying that deal was not a mistake. I'm just saying, because if you look at it, if both of these guys are going already. And you're telling me you would have gotten $200 million, which averages out to $100 million per player, and we can bear now. Osimhen is going to be set at $75 million, and
but here's the deal:
are we losing $50 million right now?
Hold on a minute.
Can I say something? I'm sorry.
Go.
Sure. Before the only thing that mistake the Raff just made, he should have both give it to them for $200 million.
That's what I mean. I hope in hindsight that was a mistake.
Both of them. Get this $200 million.
But Conte wants Kvaratskhelia. If Conte's coming in saying I need to keep him,
exactly. Yeah, but that was before Conte, actually.
No, I don't believe that. I think Napoli. I think ADL had Conte ready to go.
Yeah,
De Laurentiis is smart, Dad. You know that.
Yeah,
he had Conte ready to go. When we heard Conte's name, in February, March. When everybody was talking about come what's his name? The Tudor. Tudor, bring Tudor in. He wants 18 months. Yeah, fuck that. Everybody was talking about Tudor. Let's bring Tudor. Why are we doing Mazzarri? Why are we doing Calzona? Let's bring Tudor. Because we were bringing in Conte this season. Conte and De Laurentiis were talking already.
Yes.
Listen, guys, I can settle this right now. It was plenty of times Conte said that Dilo and Kvara were untouchable. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, after the first, I don't know if it was after the first game or two, I think it was the Zone that was interviewing them. And both Dilo and Kvara next to each other both said practically at the same time, it was Conte that convinced them to stay on the team and convinced them of the project. So this was Conte's hand, without a doubt, convincing Kvara to stay on his team for another season, even if it was against his will in a sense.
Yes. And
thus thwarting the PSG deal.
Right. And another thing. He could have convinced also Osimhen to stay. But the thing is that the president of De Laurentiis said to Conte, this guy is already sold. You know what I mean? Because for that money, we got to make a new team. That's what.
But remember we were talking outside of Pizzatiello last week, Dad. Who said it that Osimhen didn't even want to play? Like he wasn't going to play.
Then after they didn't want to play with Napoli anymore because
Fran was with us and he was talking about it, and then Antonio confirmed some of what was said. I mean, you told me, Antonio, I think, that you were telling me what he had said to. I don't know if you heard it on Kiss Kiss, and you said Osimhen said he don't want to be with Napoli anymore.
No, I heard it on Kiss Kiss. That's it. They say you don't want to play with Napoli. Conte said to him, "Listen, you don't want to play with us now. Forget it. You are the team. You go. Right. You know, you don't even let them practice together because it's doing your own. You know what I mean?
He practiced a little.
But he didn't play in the preseason.
He didn't play no
none of the preseason games. Yeah, none of them. No.
I'm sorry. I get it, but I really wish these two parties could have worked something out. I think really we're missing something in Napoli without Victor Osimhen.
Well, you know, Rocco was onto something, Ralph.
He was onto something, man. He was onto something, man. And listen, he said it too. He's like, yeah, I think Rocco said that the relationship did break after a while. It started with the coconut video, and then little by little, it just started deteriorating. Yeah, and you know, whatever happened, like I said, top to bottom, something went wrong. I am not pointing the finger at any one person. I'm not blaming any individual. But
sometimes I'm mad at the Napoli Rant people too, because they so.
This is what Ralph is saying, though, Dad. This is what Ralph is saying. Is that if people were so quick to jump on Osimhen's case after he said he wanted to leave, so now if Kvara's agent is trying to facilitate a deal so hard, then how come people aren't like jumping all over Kvaratskhelia case? You know what I mean?
Because they want ADL to pay the more money. That's everybody's take. Give him his money. Give him what he wants. Oh, yeah.
Now, Dad,
won here.
So
Are you on Napoli's side?
You're right.
Because Kvara wants to go. Osimhen wanted to go. Even Di Lorenzo wanted to go. Don't ever forget that. So we have to live with this shirt.
Yeah.
Papa, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If you're Aurelio De Laurentiis right now, right, are you gonna give Kvaratskhelia that $8 million, or you want to keep him at $6 million?
I would definitely give if I had to. If I had to, really, I would definitely give him. Yeah.
Just make him happy until the end of the. That's the thing too, Ralph. And then, then because Ralph Pizarro says this, and Dad, he's been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I don't know if you've been listening as much, but Pizarro said that he doesn't think Kvaratskhelia is playing worth $8 million right now. But how much of that is what Rocco said due to it being Lukaku there instead of Osimhen? You know what I mean? How much of Kvaratskhelia is not really playing the best?
Lukaku has nothing to do with Kvaratskhelia at all. Believe me.
You don't think so?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. You gotta.
It's okay. Kvaratskhelia, everybody knows the way he plays. There are 4 or 5 people on top of him constantly.
All right.
He needs to move around. He needs to do more.
He needs space. How does he get that space?
Well, that's what they got to do.
From having a threatening striker, Antonio. Come on, Rocco. See, he was right, Rocco, the kid.
That has nothing to do with what Kvaratskhelia with whatever.
But if they don't have anybody to worry about in the middle, Lukaku, he has a lot of things.
No, listen, Lukaku. But you heard what Rocco said.
Yes.
Rocco said the reason why Kvaratskhelia, one of the reasons why he's probably not playing the way he should be, is because Lukaku isn't as fast-paced and movement. He doesn't move like Osimhen used to move.
I know.
Where
but
people would see Osimhen over here and be like, "Oh shit, there's 2 or 3 guys on him."
What about when he plays with the Simeone? And I don't, it's the same. I mean, he plays.
Simeone is a way harder worker. No, I disagree. I think Simeone is a harder worker than Lukaku.
But moves faster than the Lukaku.
And he's always in the middle involved, and you see goals coming, and we see way more chances
to
coming.
To be fair, by the time Simeone is on the pitch, usually Kvaratskhelia is off the pitch.
Out, exactly, and it's Neres, and what do we see?
Neres,
And then we see all this magic coming in from the bench.
And Gonj supplying Simeone with what would have been the winner if he shot it just a little lower.
Right. And this is not, and by the way, this is not a knock to Kvara. If anything, this is more of a knock to Lukaku.
No, I know.
I think Kvara's skills are being
Kvara's been slow, and yes, he's got. That's why we need another freaking guy over there. We need
another striker. That's my opinion. We need somebody that can unlock Kvara, and that was Osimhen.
Unfortunately, we cannot have Osimhen because Osimhen will make.
No, we know that.
I know that, but we
cannot try anymore with about it because we have to just go and get another one and just do it and make Lukaku sit on the bench for a while.
Well, so what Raff's argument is, and it's becoming mine too, is that we think that Lukaku, and I think you said this too, Dad, Lukaku should sit on the bench and come in the last 30 minutes, the last 25 minutes. So tired defenders, he can body against those tired defenders. And he can because in the beginning of the game, he's rough and tough and brutal and stuff like that.
All right.
If you get him a couple touches at the end of the game, he'll come in and he'll make some damage.
Yes.
Right? So do we need Boni?
Yes, we do. Yes,
now.
We do. Yeah. And hopefully
because
they're going to get him.
Listen, Simeone works hard, but Simeone is not the answer.
Simeone's go to Torino.
Not this season.
Not this season. Maybe if Boni comes, he's going to Torino.
Well, if we buy more, but
never know.
So the idea is so Torino does need a striker, man, because they lost Duvan.
Yeah.
So if Simeone goes this January, we can get Boni in January, and he could take care of business. That would be the best.
That's the plan.
I like Simeone. Don't get me wrong. I like Simeone.
So let me ask the both of you: would you take that deal in January? Get rid of Simeone, bring in Boni, or do we wait till the end of the season for?
No, I would do it now.
No,
you think so?
We need it now.
You think he'll get on the field? You think he'll get on the field and be an immediate impact because we're going to need an immediate impact.
He's already doing pretty good.
We still don't know what if Lukaku's health will hold up. Don't get me wrong. In the event of an emergency,
that's why.
I want to be covered.
That's why.
Yep.
That's why, man. That's why we got to bring Boni in. I think it's required. Listen, to be honest with you, Ralph, if we were maybe like 3 or 4 more points ahead in the standings by the time the Mercato comes, I think, 3 to 6 points. I think we take it easy on what we need in the summer. But because this race is so close in November, where 1 through 6 is separated by 2 freaking points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you take that a winner between Milan and Bologna, because that was the game that was canceled and rescheduled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's say Milan and Bologna played that game now, and one of those 2 teams won. 1st to 7 is separated by 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and 1st to 6 is 2 points. Okay. So like I think because of that, now we have weeks. We have a lot of weeks to play before the Mercato. But if it's anywhere near, if 1 or 2 of those teams, like I think they will be, Atalanta and Inter, is anywhere near Napoli when it comes to that, I think we make these moves now, man.
If it's like 2 years ago, yes, definitely. It's going to be like, you know what I mean? We don't need any milk.
Yeah, exactly. But if it was like 2 years ago, even a little less than 2 years ago. Different story.
Yeah.
We look ahead,
I think I remember in February, we're already looking to buy tickets.
Oh, Dad, it was after the Roma game at Ribalta.
Oh, everybody knew after the Roma game.
Outside of that was Ralph Pizarro, I'm telling you, outside of Ribalta, me and my father are like, all right, we gotta figure this out. We gotta get our ass daily.
That was like the championship game. That game against Roma. That was magic. That was
the best.
It felt like it. It really felt like it.
It did. It did.
The whole vibe, but yeah. So, guys, tell us what you think. Do you think Lukaku should be the starter moving forward? In
for Roma game.
Years? For the Roma game. Well, even in general. But definitely against the Roma game, I want to know, how we feel about buying a defender. Because listen, if ADL splashes this January, I mean, what a Conte effect that is. Because we all know we don't spend that kind of money in January.
That's right.
So if we do, I think this is a direct request from the manager Antonio Conte because it's just out of ADL's usual, MO.
He would not do something like that, yeah.
So I'm curious to see. But
and two more things real fast. I know we're a little short on time.
Sure.
We haven't talked about Patrick Dorgu. Yeah. Dorgu, the Lecce guy who Conte was seen talking to, whispering in his ear.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about.
Dorgu. Yeah. Dorgu. He's wanted by a lot of teams, and it looks like Tottenham really, really wants him. There's a report out there saying that Napoli are willing to splash the money on him too.
$40 million price.
$40 million.
The same thing.
Now that would be a summer transfer.
But
also
you leave it, they buy him and they leave him over there.
Yeah,
for the rest of the year. Yeah.
But also Dragusin from Genoa.
I remember.
Who went to Tottenham as well.
Mm-hmm.
He may be coming back too, and Napoli are looking into him. So Napoli really are looking to beef these players up. They really are. They're looking to beef up the squad, and they're looking to do it now ahead of Europe next season. I think that's a big
yes.
That's 100%. A big thing.
Rafa, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was going to say it makes complete sense. We ADL under Spalletti said we're winning this Scudetto. ADL under Conte said let's not worry so much about the Scudetto and get back to top 4.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to guess, if I had to put all this together, everything we just said on the episode today, if I had to put all this together, Conte and Antonio Conte and De Laurentiis are trying to set up for next season.
Yes.
And to be honest,
Antonio wants to go for the CL. I think he wants it real bad, and I think he's trying to do it with Napoli.
But they say, Conte said it. Even De Laurentiis said, listen, this year it's to reform the team. But if something else extra comes, we'll take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Napoli were reforming the team when we won the Scudetto too.
Yeah,
Napoli were even though De Laurentiis came out and said we're going to win the Scudetto this season. Everybody thought he was crazy.
I know.
But that was supposed to be a reform also. That was supposed to be a reset, right?
He said,
he didn't reform shit.
Yeah, that was an abomination.
Reform of God.
Again, if it's that close in January, even if top 4 is close, you want to take care of that. You got to at least ensure top 4. You have
absolutely.
I think as our friend John Luca was said, it's Napoli trying to be proactive instead of reactive. And trying to score some pieces, keeping Conte happy, rebuilding this team,
right?
And hopefully, trying to get for something next season. Because I know ADL wants the CL now. I think that's his next goal. Whether we get it or not, but that's his goal.
But the Champions League,
for sure.
The way Napoli the way ADL has treated this team in the past, and everybody going crazy about not spending the money or not getting the big player or not this and not that. We can now afford to take care of all of that because with a guy like Conte, I don't see another reason why why let me rephrase that. I don't see Conte coming in without those promises from ADL.
Yeah.
And because we treated this team the way we did for the last 10, 15 years, we are able to afford this now.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to De Laurentiis.
Thanks to the practice. And I don't want to hear any more that he's not splurging because this guy's breaking records.
No,
he's in top 8 spending in the whole world.
Yeah.
That conversation is done, fellas and bellas. The convo is done. ADL spends his money.
You know what, though, Ralph? The convo was done when we won the Scudetto. I said that from the beginning. I said all this team, even though we had the down season last year and it was really bad.
Right.
ADL was validated the minute the minute the whistle blew against Udinese in Udine when we won the Scudetto.
Yeah.
Everything that anybody would say about him was invalid, in my opinion. Okay, we didn't defend the title the way everybody wanted to, but we won the fucking Scudetto, and that's it.
Last year he did it too much, though. He made a mistake, and he admitted. And then I personally say chapeau to him because he put out his hands in his pocket and did what he had to do.
He did.
He had no
and that's
choice
it. And nobody can say nothing.
I got a little bit of concerning breaking news.
What's
McTominay left the game because of some discomfort in his knee.
Yeah.
There's
everybody in their knees. Why is it always international break? They're healthy. And you know why? Because the air is good and the food is good. That's why.
That's right.
You laugh. I believe it.
No, it's true.
I believe it. Right.
So we'll see how that develops. But he left. They said they didn't think it was something serious, but he wanted to come out because he was feeling some discomfort.
Maybe he's thinking about Roma. Don't worry about it. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, because I'm looking. Well, because I'm looking
on.
Give
him a spanking if he got hurt.
Can't just give him a spanking.
It wasn't anything noticeable. It wasn't anything noticeable because there was no indication that it was an injury substitution from FootMob. As a matter of fact, he was the most accurate passer today, 97% passing.
I love it.
Bravo.
At 45 minutes or more.
No.
Gilmore played the whole game, but he had a 7.2 rating. Lobotka played 90 minutes for Slovakia a few days ago. I think he has another game.
He did. He asked him to let him come in early, and Calzone said no. Stupid jerk.
Well, I'm gonna see.
And then there was a lot of drama with Rachmani and Kosovo. But I don't know if we have the time to talk.
No, guys, we're past the hour mark. But
you know the story quickly.
Yeah, they called. They were calling the Romanians? They were calling them gypsies.
No, but it starts. The Rachmani came in with the leg to one of the players of the other team, and the other team started insulting them.
Oh yeah, they said Kosovo was Serbia or something.
Yeah, and that's become fucking forget it. They got out of the field.
The holy war starting.
They left the field. They left the field at the last couple of minutes. They left the field. The game was almost over. They lost the game to nothing. That's all right. Anyway, guys, it was nice.
Listen, it was great. It's all the time. Antonio,
me over here with you guys.
Antonio, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Hope so. We're gonna do it again.
Oh, sure, man. Sure. Stay tuned for more of this, guys.
All right, Tony Rispo. You're gonna come. We're gonna see you against
Sunday.
Roma. You're gonna come, right?
Sunday, right?
Sunday noon.
Yeah, of course.
Roma. Guys, go ahead.
One more thing.
One more.
We said about Lukaku.
Ralph, I see where you get it from.
Napolitan goodbye. The Napolitan goodbye.
Lukaku.
What about him?
Conte likes him a lot. Don't forget.
I know he likes him a lot.
So that's why he probably is going to start.
All right, we'll see.
But anyway,
I just don't want him to. If he's not 100%, I don't want him to start. He can come in off the bench.
Me too. Oops,
Listen, Roma's nothing. I'm not afraid of Roma now that they have Claudio Ranieri. It doesn't matter to me.
That place is a mess. That place, Roma's burning.
Is a freaking disaster.
It's going to take him a little time. He's going to be good with Rome, believe me.
All right, he's going to save them from relegation.
They say that every year. Yeah, that's what
relegation. And then the next year, you know what they promise them?
To keep him a top 10.
You know what they promise them next year? For him to become like a
advisor.
He can be the one to choose the coach, to choose all the working new staff. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Ranieri will be.
That's
if they don't fire him before the season's over.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever.
But guys, listen. Yeah, no, we're past the hour mark.
Okay.
Fellas and fellas, hold on. Don't go nowhere, anybody. If you're not in the Discord already, what the hell are you waiting for? Get in. What are you doing? Are you even talking anything real about Napoli if you're not in the Discord? We got so many new members recently. We appreciate the support. It's a good group of people who have great takes, who we draw inspiration for the show, and nothing but respect. That's number one in that place. So if you want to talk Napoli, come in. It's great takes. Nobody is safe, that's for sure. So yeah, be sure to check our links in our social media, and Rafa always posts it in the show's description. So be sure to check that out. But Antonio, thank you again.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and
all that good stuff.
To follow and to all that stuff. Follow our socials. Like us on all of our podcast platforms. We're everywhere. Apple, Spotify, whatever you get your podcasts. That's where we are. Don't forget to listen every week. And I don't have any more announcements, Rob.
All right, good. All right. So we'll see you next week, guys. But until then, Forza Napoli sempre.
Sempre. Ciao, ciao.
Forza Napoli.
Tony Risp.
Ciao. Ciao.